Hello, and welcome to a new video here on my channel here at commaikEnglish. Today in this video, I want to introduce you to a new camera from Reolink, the CX410C. This small camera is suitable for both indoor and outdoor use, and it differs from the cameras I've used so far because it's a 2K camera instead of a 4K like the others. Why should I switch to a 2K camera now? What does this camera offer that others can't? Well, what this camera offers is ColorX Night Vision. This means that this camera can produce bright images at night without needing a spotlight or any special lighting. The indirect passive light from the moon and street lamps is completely sufficient. You might already know ColorX from the Argus 4 Pro or the Altus PT Ultra. This small camera has the same features, all at a low budget price. Reolink has provided me with this camera for testing, and I will take you along and show you if this low price is worth it for the camera. And if you want to know if it's worth it, if it's right for you, then definitely stay tuned. In addition to ColorX, the camera also offers smart features that all other Reolink cameras have. It can automatically recognize people, animals, and objects, send alerts via push notifications to your phone, or integrate with Home Assistant, Google systems, and more. All of this should be possible before I show you the image quality during the day and especially at night, and check if the camera really recognizes the animals and movements in my test area. I'll first unbox it and show you what accessories are included. And I'll show you how to easily integrate this camera with the client and in your app on your phone. Let's get started. And here I am back in my office to introduce the camera to you in more detail. As you can see, in terms of size, it is definitely smaller than my TrackMix camera or the Duo cameras. The accessories are also very neatly packaged. Everything was included in this single small box. A user manual, the safety stickers. You also get a small network cable. The adapters to make the connection waterproof. A small bag with screws and anchors to mount the camera on the wall. And a foam spacer that mounts on the back so the camera doesn't sit flush against the wall. The camera is relatively small. Compared to the TrackMix or the Duo, it's really nice. The camera is about 10 centimeters long, and with the base attached, it's about 19 centimeters. The diameter is 6 centimeters. So you see, the thing is really small and unobtrusive. It is designed for indoor use as well, not just for outdoor. In my opinion, the cable whip is a bit too long. When you mount the camera to the box to wrap the cable inside, the space is already very tight. And with this long cable whip, it becomes increasingly difficult to connect the network cable. What is the network cable for? Clearly, it is not a Wi-Fi camera, but a LAN camera. This means you need to connect the network cable directly to transfer data. You can also provide power through the network cable, as this is a PO camera. This means that the network cable transmits not only the data you see, the images, the alarm recordings, etc., but also the power. This means you need a PO injector or a PO switch on the other end of the network cable, which supplies power to the camera along with the data. If you don't have that, but there is an outlet or power supply at the installation site, you can also connect a regular Reolink power adapter here. The connections are available here for that. Well, what else is there to say about the camera? On the back, there is a small compartment where you can insert a micro SD card and store data directly on the camera. You can also integrate the camera with the Home Hub. I still have both devices here, the Home Hub and the Home Hub Pro. Or you can connect the camera to your NVR, your network video recorder. You don't know what a Home Hub is, a network video recorder, or even the Home Hub Pro? No problem. I've tested all these devices and I use them myself. Check the top right corner, where I will link videos about these other devices to show you how to securely store the data captured by the cameras for later access. This camera has a 2K QHD resolution. It only offers 2560 by 1440 pixels, and that's at just 25 frames per second. The other cameras I've used so far use 4K resolution, so they have a slightly sharper image. I have a 4mm lens with an f1 aperture. This thing is extremely light sensitive. The field of view is 77 degrees horizontally and 42 degrees vertically. The night vision, as I mentioned earlier, works with ColorX, meaning it has 700 lumens with a 6500K LED. However, you don't necessarily need that, as the camera can also deliver sharp images at night, in color. Additionally, the camera also has infrared night vision, allowing you to record up to 30 meters. Then you also have the standard black and white image that you're probably familiar with. The spotlight has a power of 4.3 watts and can be activated manually or automatically with motion detection. Of course, a microphone and a speaker are also built in. This means you can also talk to the person in front of the camera. When the mailman arrives, you can tell him directly where to leave the package. In addition to smart detection of animals, people, and vehicles, there are other features, like the time-lapse function that I really appreciate. The time-lapse function means you can point the camera at an object, set the time-lapse mode for hours, days, weeks, or whatever. Then you can create a very beautiful time-lapse film. You don't have to worry about anything. The camera automatically takes the time-lapse recording and condenses long periods into a short one, a sunrise, a sunset, or your construction project that takes several weeks. What else is there to say about the camera? Clearly, you don't have to worry much indoors. Outdoors, you should know that this camera is IP67 rated, making it suitable for rain and similar conditions. -10 to +50 degrees should be no problem, and you can integrate the camera into smart systems. I personally use Home Assistant, where I can integrate Reolink cameras and create routines. When a person is detected, a light turns on automatically somewhere else, without needing to run extra wiring. The camera can also be combined with Alexa or Google Home to utilize smart systems. That's it for the camera. What interests you about the camera? What else do you want to know? Just write in the comments below the video what you would like to know. Don't wait too long, because you know the cameras I'm testing here will be raffled off throughout the year. You heard that right. I will raffle them off to you, my subscribers. Whether it's Easter or Christmas, I don't know yet. I've already collected some cameras. If you want to be part of it, subscribe to my channel and definitely give this video a thumbs up. And if you don't want to wait too long to possibly win the camera in the giveaway, then check out the video description. I'll link the promo link that Reolink provided me. There you can find the offers again with a nice discount. And of course, I've linked the other products I use and am satisfied with in the video description. Click on them, buy for yourself, same price for you, and a small commission for me and my channel. Thank you very much for your support. Let's continue with this video, where I'll show you how I integrate the camera into the app, on the phone and on the client. You can already see it behind me on the screen, how I integrate it there. Important note in advance for all those using an NVR. If you are using a Reolink RN8, 16, or 36 and integrating the camera into your network, please remember, the moment the camera is recognized by the NVR takes over the initial setup and automatically assigns a start password. So you can no longer easily integrate the camera directly on your phone or client because you lack this password. You need to first check the NVR, your network video recorder, to see which password has been assigned. You can either use the password assigned by the device or change the password on the network video recorder to your own, which you can then use in the app or on the client. It sounds complicated, and it is a bit, but it greatly increases security when installing the cameras. I have connected the Reolink CX410C to the network and already set a password on the NVR. Now I have opened my client on the PC, and you can see on the left side, at the bottom, the camera is automatically recognized. Here, an incorrect password is displayed because I haven't set one yet. I simply click on the camera and can now enter the password that I just set on the NVR. I confirm, and the camera is online immediately. I switch to the camera menu and can now make some adjustments. Among other things, I want to hide the date and time for the video, and I want to turn off the watermark completely. Otherwise, I can set the anti-flicker function to the typical 50 Hz for the power grid in Europe and set the day and night view to color. I can set up a privacy mask to ensure that certain areas are not filmed at all. In the advanced settings, I can customize the colors, switch values, and more. If you want to know how all this works and what you can do there, check the top right corner. There, I will link a video that shows you exactly how to set up your Reolink camera optimally. What I'm doing now is setting the post-recording to 30 seconds in the monitoring function and ensuring that the alarm recordings are activated around the clock. Specifically for motion detection, for people, vehicles, and animals, the camera is now operational, as I don't need to do much more. I can now register it on the app on my phone to check what's happening in my garden or retrieve recordings from anywhere in the world. Like any other Reolink camera, the CX410C has a context menu that appears when I move the mouse over the image. Through the microphone, I can talk to others in front of the camera, and I have the option to enable the time-lapse feature. However, it is necessary to have an SD card installed in the camera for this. I am currently using the camera directly through the NVR without an additional SD card. For this reason, I cannot use the feature at the moment. I can trigger the alarm, the siren. I can manually turn on the lighting, the LED spotlight. I can manually zoom into certain areas and take a closer look at things. And right here, I think it's very clear that the 2K resolution has its limits. Overall, it all looks quite appealing. That's sufficient, in my opinion, but in detail, it lacks some resolution. Now let's see how I can install the camera directly in my phone's app. As you just saw, the camera is automatically recognized as soon as I'm on the network. At the very bottom of the list, Camera 1 is now available, but it's not registered yet. I click on the gear icon and get the option to log into the device. Here, I also confirm my password, and I'm immediately in the camera settings. Of course, I can also use all the settings available to me on the client. Among other things, I can also enable a push notification and be automatically alerted on my phone for every alarm. In the live view, I see the same image that I just saw on the client. The camera's context menu is now located below the image. Basically, I don't need to adjust anything here, except possibly the stream resolution. Currently, it is set to low. This setting is worthwhile when the camera images are accessed over a mobile data network. To save data, it makes sense to choose a lower resolution. When I'm on Wi-Fi, where data usage is less of a concern, I can switch to the clear resolution. And even if it results in an error, the resolution is definitely better than in the low resolution. At the bottom, you also have the microphone function, the zoom function, and the playback function. But how are the night shots of the camera? Here you see the recordings of the CX410C in complete darkness. In the background, you can see the streetlights producing indirect light. For comparison, here is my RLC 1212A, which works exclusively in the infrared night vision range. This shadow you see here comes from a spider web that I really need to remove today. The passive color image provided by the ColorX technology is, in my opinion, quite blurry. You can almost see the individual pixels, even though the overall image is quite appealing. but it can be much better. I'll switch to the camera menu, where I can choose whether I want color night vision or prefer to stay in black and white. I'll start with the black and white view to show you that this camera can indeed take good night pictures. Among other things, you see here the black and white view without any passive or active lighting, just using the infrared emitters. In my opinion, the image is significantly better than the color image. I have the option to activate the spotlight, and this way I can see slightly sharper outlines of the grass and the palm. But in my opinion, the difference isn't very big. I switch back to the menu, to the color view, and to the light settings. By default, the LED spotlight of the CX410C is on in what's called Smart Mode. This mode is new, and I wasn't aware of it before. The camera's Smart Mode adjusts the LED brightness so the camera can take optimal color shots. As you can see, it is activated between 6 p.m. and 7 a.m. Otherwise, it turns off. For comparison, the auto mode in the image without any camera lighting. I can also turn on the lighting directly through the camera's context menu and get a color afterimage this way. In my opinion, it doesn't make much difference whether the LED shines at 10% power or 100%. The recordings are pretty much identical. The difference is more noticeable outdoors when I'm near the camera and can see this light with the human eye. The lighting at 10% is very hard to perceive with the human eye, but it is visible. The lighting at 100% definitely stands out and provides illumination for the surroundings, as well as deterring unwanted guests. What are your thoughts on color night vision, black and white vision, and smart color night vision? Please leave a comment under the video about what you think of the lighting in the recordings. I introduced you to the Reolink CX410C camera. I showed you its features. I demonstrated how to set it up on the client or in the app. Accessing the recordings is just as easy. Just click on playback and see what the camera has recorded for you. Thanks to smart detection, you can directly choose through the filters whether you want to see people, animals, objects, or all movements. But who is this camera ultimately suitable for? Isn't 2K a bit low these days? I asked Reolink, who is this camera intended for? Who is the target audience for this camera? The answer was very enlightening, as it concerns customers who want the colored ColorX Night Vision but don't want to spend money on a battery camera. Because those are significantly more expensive than the Argus 4 Pro or the Altus PT
And the
Ultra.
CX410C
is currently available with a discount for just under €70. That's quite an appealing price. If you check below the video, you'll find the promo link from Reolink, and you can see the current price and of course buy the camera directly. You can also find the other cameras I use here for comparison purposes, which I believe in the description below the video. Feel free to check it out. Make a purchase, same price for you and a commission for me and my channel to help fund this. But what's even more important to me is the interaction with you. Let me know in the comments what you think about this camera. Would it be something for you? Would the low price motivate you to work with 2K? Maybe not for outdoor use, but for indoors? I'm curious about your opinion. Write to me in the comments. Give me feedback on the video by leaving a thumbs up. And of course about the camera as well. Write something in the comments. And if you want to see more from me, subscribe to my channel. Just click subscribe on the bottom right. Then you won't miss any of the new videos. And always remember, I don't need all the cameras I get to test. In regular giveaways, I give them away. They are for you. If you want to participate in the giveaway, subscribe to the channel. Then you won't miss this video. And at this point, I'm done. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.